Howard Stern Show.
Yeah. Robin, what's in the news?
I never brought this up earlier, but...
And now, let's get ready for the latest breaking news with commentary by Howard Stern and absolutely no help from Fred and Jackie. Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the luscious Robin Ophelia Quivers. That's the guy. That's the man.
Now we're out of time. You have to leave.
Yeah.
Intro's so damn long, can't get to any news.
That's Michael Buffer. That's the actual dude. Let's get ready. I love that guy.
He's a great guy.
Very serious about it, too.
I love that voice of his.
He watches TV, and if he sees another ring announcer, and the guy's not wearing a tuxedo, he goes berserk.
Really?
Yeah, he believes a ring announcer should be in tuxedo.
And that's the only thing that bothers him?
Yep, guy's a total pro. He could care less about Kathy Lee and kids working in sweatshops. He's got his issues.
Well, then he doesn't have too much on his mind.
You know, when he says Ophelia, it works. Nice.
I'll have to listen to it again. I was thinking about time.
Can we work that guy into the movie, Ivan? I mean, for God's sake.
And a tuxedo.
Yeah.
Don't we need an intro somewhere?
Lenny, write that in, please.
You got it.
Go ahead.
I didn't mention this, but over the weekend it came out that the FBI has found Hillary Rodham Clinton's fingerprints on those financial records.
And on my zipper. Believe it or not.
Disappeared and then mysteriously reappeared on the table in the White House. Hillary Clinton had said she had never seen those records.
Really?
However, now they say her fingerprints are on them. Yesterday she gave an interview to WGST in Atlanta, and she says it doesn't surprise her that the FBI found fingerprints.
Yeah, who cares? I don't care. I don't even care.
Would you play Hillary Clinton?
Okay.
I can't say that I saw every page in what is now being referred to as the billing records, but again, I would say that those billing records actually supported what I have been saying for all these years. So I'm more than happy. I'm probably the happiest person in America that they were finally discovered and turned over, because they ended a lot of the speculation about what did or didn't happen.
You could tell she's a lawyer. They could find fingerprints. And she goes, I'm happy.
I'm glad.
That's like OJ. I know they found fingerprints and blood and my matching shoes and DNA, but I'm glad they did. Of course he would find it there. And the jury went, you know, at least the guy's happy.
You know, maybe he's got a point there. He would be happy if he was guilty.
That's why these lawyers are sucking this country dry. I got a fleet of them, and they all do the same thing. I go, I see your DNA on that. I'm glad. I'm happy. Happy my DNA is available. It does not pertain to me. Okay.
Control always in effect.
Everywhere. You got to always act happy. Then you get off.
You're happy about everything.
Right.
See, this is where Kathy Lee made her mistake. She's not happy.
Oh, she's a fool. She should have said, not only am I proud of my clothing, I wish I could get more of these 13-year-old kids, which is what we're going to do. All slave laborers.
Patrick Buchanan has said that he would not be happy to run as a third-party candidate. He's still in the race for the Republican nomination to
You are kidding
president, even though Dole has it all locked up. He's still out there. Yesterday he addressed a group of people, and he said that he would not like to run as a third-party candidate, but he is not ruling it out completely.
This guy is totally delusional. Next thing you know, he'll be directing a film. Like Keith Samples from Reicher. All right, here we go.
We're going to go to San Diego as Republicans. We hope to leave the San Diego convention as Republicans. We don't expect the Republican Party to take a sharp left turn, but if it does, we're going straight ahead.
He's got that royal we down pretty good. We will be going to San Diego as Republicans, and we hope to remain Republicans.
No, he's just trying to let you know he's a schizophrenic.
There's a whole group of people all in his head. Okay. The depositions in the civil lawsuit against OJ Simpson by the families of Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman continue. Yesterday, we learned that both Denise Brown and her father say that OJ made a request to Nicole Simpson that she have sex with him for $5,000 a couple of months before she was murdered.
That's bizarre.
They said the incident occurred one night after Nicole told him she was too tired to have sex. So O.J. then made the monetary offer.
Well, and then you know what he did after he made the monetary offer?
What?
He cut her throat off.
Oh.
That's what he did.
Well,
Ivan, would you pay your wife $5,000 for sex?
Much, much more.
Yeah, in fact, he has. All that Ghostbusters money went to Ivan's wife.
Oh, dear. Judith Brown, the mother of Nicole Simpson, takes her turn on the deposition stand today. She has already said, for the first time under oath, that O.J. Simpson threatened her daughter just 3 weeks before the murders. She says that O.J. said to her the first time they split up, it was his fault. But the next time, somebody's going to get hurt or it's going to be trouble, something like that. So here is the attorney of Fred Goldman, Daniel Petricelli.
Do you have actual tape of Daniel Petricelli?
Yes, I do.
I would like to hear this.
Your daughter left me the first time. That was my fault. If she leaves me the second time, it's going to hurt.
There you go. So that's what Judith Brown has said under oath. They don't think the prosecution knew anything about that during the trial. That's the first time that's ever been heard. Seems odd that the prosecution wouldn't know something like that.
I like that O.J.'s still on trial. I like that the first trial's over, now we have a whole new trial. If he's ever not on trial, I think I would be bored.
What will we do when there is no O.J. trial?
I got to admit, I'm still fascinated by it.
I've often thought about that myself.
I like that O.J.'s always on trial. I always like there's always new evidence. All the time. It's all new. It's constant revelation. I like it. I got to admit, I like it.
Everything about O.J. before it's all over.
I'm happy that he's on trial.
Yesterday, I told you that the Freemen had decided they were going to make a big announcement yesterday about how they felt about the way negotiations that they had sat through during the weekend were going. And at the end of all of it, they decided that nothing was going to happen, that they're going to stay holed up and the FBI is going to stay outside.
Thugs.
Bo Greitz, that guy who came in to try to negotiate with them, says now that they have made a pact with God.
Who, Ivan Reitman?
Not to give up.
That's what we call Ivan.
Is that right?
God.
Well, that's what the Freemen have done. They have made a pact with God not to give up. They're bound and determined to stay there, so they seem to be deadlocked. Bo Greitz has gone home. A couple of other people have gone home, and so it's up to the FBI people now to continue negotiations.
Let me tell you something. Screw the Freemen. Up until the other day, I never knew who the Freemen were. But they're thugs. They should be blown off this planet. God bless the FBI. Go in there and blow them up. Today, why are we so impotent? Blow them up. How many people are in that compound?
I don't know. Less than 20, maybe closer
20,
to
and we're sitting and haggling with them? Send them sewing machines and let them sew clothes for Kathy Lee Gifford. Do something. Don't just sit there. We have our hands tied. What state is that?
Montana.
Wait, is that in the United States?
Yes, it is.
When does the FBI tolerate such nonsense? Come out with your hands up or we'll blow you out of there.
The wife of former CIA Director William Colby says she believes her husband is still alive and awaiting rescue. Colby has been missing since Sunday when his canoe was found on a sandbar near their waterfront home in Maryland.
Who canoes?
He is thought to have drowned. He was an avid canoer.
Oh, for God's sake.
Mrs. Colby says her husband was an expert boatsman who always wore a life jacket. She also told the Washington Post that he managed to survive 2 wars and a Washington, D.C. mugging. So she doesn't think that he was going to be killed by a little boating accident.
He's no Jew. Jews don't canoe. Neither do blacks. What is he? I need a full investigation.
Warner Books has won the race to get the first instant Unabomber book on the shelves.
I'm going to try and option that.
The New York Times says the paperback was shipped yesterday and is titled Mad Genius. The Odyssey, Pursuit and Capture of the Unabomber Suspect.
They can fit that on a paperback?
I think
the longest title in history. Let me take a break, Robin. We'll wrap up the news when we get back, right after these words.
We'll return to the Howard Stern Show after these messages. 97.1, The Eagle. With the Howard Stern Show.
And what else is in the news, Rob?
Well, George C. Scott, the Oscar winner for Patton and now appearing on Broadway. And
another quack.
The Wind. He is being slapped with sexual harassment charges. His 26-year-old assistant, Julie Wright, says that the aging actor tried to grope her and wanted to lead her right to the casting couch. She says she was able to get away because she was younger and quicker.
Well, listen, a lot of these alter cockers who run around in Hollywood, they get so old, they want young chippies. And who can blame them?
Well, he is married, Howard.
Especially the married ones want young chippies. Believe me, I know.
Julie says she thought she was getting the opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh, come on.
What he wanted was something else. He wanted a girlfriend, a lover.
It was like
not a personal assistant.
It's a $500 a week job. George C. Scott offers her $1,500, says he has to have her there.
Well, it's not a fun. She was asking him for a recommendation to a $500 a week job, and he says, forget that job. Don't go there. I'll give you $1,500 a week to be my personal assistant.
That means stay away.
Plus room and board.
Hanky-panky. I wish I was getting some action.
So now she's all upset and says that he is wrong, and she feels bad for every young girl who comes to the big city trying to break into this business and has this happening to them.
Ivan, who's hornier, George C. Scott or Dan Aykroyd?
Dan Aykroyd's very happy. I don't know. George.
Is he?
Yeah.
All right.
Dennis Rodman has a new book out, and he's making some revelations. He hates the NBA.
Yeah.
He says working with them is like being a prostitute. He doesn't like a lot of the people in the game with him, and he thinks he's a lot better player than some guys making more money than he does.
I love that guy.
Well, he dedicated his book to you.
He dedicated his book to me. He's a great guy, I'll tell you why, because he's honest.
Well, here he is talking about Madonna. He says she's not such a wild woman in bed, and he felt that she had picked him to be the father of her baby.
I think that she will agree with me with that one. I think she's one of the guys that she selected to have her. You know, she wanted to have a baby by, and it just didn't happen. She wanted me to be around a lot, and I wasn't around. And I didn't dislike her. For some reason, I just didn't like the fact that I was Madonna's boy.
There you go. What did he say?
He didn't want to be Madonna's boy, I guess. So he couldn't stay there and do the job. He missed out on that assignment.
He's the man.
There were a set of Siamese twins born in California yesterday. The two little girls are joined at the abdomen, at the stomach.
That's the best. The funniest is when they're joined at the head.
Oh, stop it,
right?
Howard. There's nothing funny about that.
You know what I mean. Yeah. Funny to look at.
Oh, dear.
Ivan already optioned their movie. Twins, they're going to call it.
Oh.
Right? Twins 2.
I'm going to stay out of this one.
The kids only share one organ, the liver, so they can be separated. And here's a hospital spokesperson to tell us just how they're going to be able to do that. What is her name? Anita Rockwell Hayden.
We won't be performing the separation for several months. That will give us time to grow skin on these babies so that by the time we do make the separation, we can cover the opening with their own skin.
So there. They'll just stretch the skin, and then the babies will be covered when they separate them. So it'll take a little while. And finally today, Bankers Trust of California is seeking to repossess Bert Reynolds' Hoagie Sound Estate home in Florida, saying Reynolds has failed to make payments on $1.5 million mortgage.
Why do I love it when Bert Reynolds has tragedy in his life? I mean, why am I happy to hear that? Is that a character flaw?
Yeah.
You're happy too, though, right?
I'm not happy.
You're not?
That's a character flaw.
You think that's sad?
Yeah.
Still has a spokesman, Joe Sutton, who says the lawsuit caught the actor by surprise.
You saying he has no money, but he's got a spokesman? Why? I've got a few dollars. Why don't I have a spokesman?
A cash flow problem which triggered this action will be resolved within 72 hours. Mr. Reynolds was unaware of the action and when informed took immediate action to correct it.
He should be walking around bald if he has no money.
Spending too much money on hair, maybe.
Right.
But they say that Bert Reynolds will be able to cover these payments and he's not going to have to lose his home. So there. Don't gloat. Thanks,
Robin. We're going to take a break. I'll come back and do the plugs and stuff. My voice is still strong. We'll be back after this.
More to come when the Howard Stern Show returns in a moment. 97.1 the Eagle. We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Hey, Freddie, read these plugs.
Okay. Here we go. Jackie, Penthouse Joke Page Martling, 78 minutes of filthy jokes on CD or cassette on the hysterical Sergeant Pecker. It's only $12 plus $4 shipping and handling. The incredible special, buy two, get one free. Call 323-King. And this Friday, May 3rd, tomorrow night, at the Troy Savings Bank Music Hall in Troy, New York. It's hosted by Shaky Ken. For Jokeland's web address and info, call 516-922-WINE. Don't miss Steve the Gorilla Gorillo, a.k.a. Prick, this Thursday, May 2nd, hosting the K-Rock Corona Party at Texas, Arizona in Hoboken, New Jersey from 6 to 8 p.m. And on Friday, May 3rd, Prick will be hosting the Corona Cinco de Mayo Party at Pedro O'Hara's at the South Street Seaport from 6 to 8 p.m. And if you're planning a wedding or a party and you need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040.
All right, everybody. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.